everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. This is a team that may be out of the playoff chase at this point, but they're an organization with a ton of pride, and they'll be playing hard all the way to the final whistle of the final game, no matter where they are in the standings. It's the Packers going up against the Redskins. With that, let's send you up to Landover, where we say hello to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davies.
All right, Larry, we are due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Straight ahead is a rematch from last year's NFC wildcard round between the Green Bay Packers and the Washington Redskins. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Redskin team as they interplay here. The losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Packers, they come in after a loss last time out, but they've still been in good form, winners of 6 of their last 8. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback who started at Arkansas, finished his college career at Alabama State. It's Tavares Jackson.
I think all teams love having a backup quarterback who understands what it's like to be the starter, because that way he knows how to prepare, knows what's expected, and if he has to go into the game, really shouldn't be surprised.
Throwing is Jackson. And hauled in here by Richard Rodgers. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And Richard Rodgers makes the grab, and let's face it, it's going to follow him the rest of his career. The Hail Mary he caught to beat the Lions in 2015 in Detroit, pretty memorable play.
Those Lions fans, they just don't like you right now if they heard that.
I didn't mean to bring it up to, pull the Band-Aid off the wound there. I was just trying to praise Richard Rodgers. Yeah, they're going to be mad at me. Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Looking sideline, incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And that'll make it 3rd and 1. Here's the offensive unit coming out onto the field in just a moment. Randall Cobb, very good at wideout.
Went to college to be a quarterback. Discovered his talents couldn't be limited to one position. He's a 1,000-yard receiver every year for his quarterback.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
And while it didn't work very well on that play, defenders on 3rd and short know it's going to be a quick read. And really, the quarterback's just going to turn around and hand it off. So that way you're able to diagnose the play and try and get to the point of attack. But when you're dealing with a fullback, it's hard to knock it backwards.
Jackson now. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. And here's the Redskin defense.
D'Angelo Hall's gone to the Pro Bowl multiple times as a cornerback. Now he might be making the Charles Woodson move, swinging back to safety.
Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down.
Here we go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Looks for Janis, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off.
Oh, man, partner, this is something cornerbacks love to do, and that's outthink a quarterback. If you get a sense that they're going to throw a quick out route or a quick hitch, you can just lay back an extra yard or 2, but then really put your foot in the turf and drive on the football. And here I think he baited the quarterback into the throw and made it pay off.
Cousins to throw it. And incomplete to open things up. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
So a couple failed attempts here for the ground game, assuming you pass here on 3rd.
Doesn't look like you're getting anywhere running the ball at all, so I would agree with you on that one. You got to think about
looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sam Shields. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So the roughing the passer penalty, 15 yards, and Charles, the defender, needs to know to stop there.
We've been talking about it for years. You essentially get one step after the quarterback throws his pass. Anything close to that or beyond that, you're going to get flagged.
Throwing, Cousins. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Now a first down carry by Jones. Touchdown, Washington. Matt Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
It's good, and the Redskins take a 7-0 lead. Here's the Redskins now as their kick unit will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly why. They got the look that they were seeking, and they were able to take advantage of it.
You can't bring him down.
The weight room does work.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. And the offense looking to pick up the first down after the 2nd down incompletion. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage. And that's exactly what he got done there.
Throwing, Hundley. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Now Hungley. He'll buy some time right. On the run. And this is caught. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Ty Montgomery, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
As you know, I love the players of the past. But the players of the present and their mobility to move around and play quarterback, we just saw the end result of a guy that can shake it and find a guy open downfield.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is fielded at the goal line. And there's a flag on the field. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Return team.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty...
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Julius Peppers in there for a milestone sack as it moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141.5. On second down, it's Jones. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Mike Daniels makes the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now Cousins surveying the field. Great protection. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. This is taken at the 23. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
Second down here after the incomplete pass.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
Back to throw now on second and 10. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Back to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
You can feel the anguish all the way up here. It certainly looked like he had that one in the end zone, open, unable to hold on to it.
Let's go!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Chris Baker in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Second down, sack by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on third? We'll see.
Partner, I know the ball security's preached like crazy, but every now and then you've got to know when to get rid of the football and save a little.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by David Bruton. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So possession changes hands on the final play of the first quarter. 7-all is the score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. They've got it 1st and 10 inside their own 20-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Here's Jones, and he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
The evolution of Clay Matthews as a player is just one that they're going to end up writing books about. He didn't even start until his senior year at USC. He didn't start in high school. And now he's at all-pro level in the NFL. How about the play he just made there?
And he has certainly made a name for himself. William Clay Matthews III.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
You know, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
They'll go again to Jones. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Give him 2 yards that time, and it's going to leave him with a 3rd and 11 situation. So 2nd down was a run play. Now let's see what they do on 3rd. On 3rd down, Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The 30. Touchdown, Washington. Rashad Ross, 77 yards. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Here's the Redskins now as their kick unit will send this one away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
One receiver left, two to the right. They'll set up to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And there's a flag on the play.
Pass interference. Defense.
Certainly some contact there, and that's why there's a penalty on the defender for pass interference.
So hard to time it up for a defender to hit the receiver when the ball arrives. Got there a little bit early on that one.
Now a play fake here on first down. This will be caught at about the 3. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Linebacker.
Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. But it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession. So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. Back now, as I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Thank you. Throwing, Hundley. And that is incomplete.
All right, let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's caught at the 2. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. Well, there's 2 sides here. I guess you could pinpoint and look at the offense and say, oh, man, what a disaster. Hey, the defense, though, they came through.
Preparation's the key to everything, and when you're on the defensive side of the ball and in special teams meetings, you prepare for plays like this, and in this case, they were actually able to win it.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Again, it's Jones. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. They'll run it here with Klutz, the big fullback. And he's brought down after a good game. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Now that run reminds me of the days when the fullbacks ruled the world in the NFL. Jim Brown, Jim Taylor, for a 9-year span, those 2 led the league in rushing. Think about that. Fullbacks leading the league in the NFL.
He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And it'll be 2nd and 10. 10 yards still left on 2nd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Cousins caught on the right side. Reed. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
That coach is always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, Not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. First down following that long gain. Cousins now to throw on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Cousins again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And Hopkins' kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive only yields 3 points.
Yeah, they were able to move the football, but the defense stiffened once their backs were to the end zone, and they were able to hold them to just 3.
Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. We get a glance at the Redskins' defense as they go back out there now. And their last turn out there, they got the 4th down stop in the red zone. How much does that momentum carry forward, or is it just kind of washed out and it doesn't carry forward?
Well, a lot of coaches would love to tell you, hey, it's possession to possession, let the last one go. There's no way that doesn't carry forward. That type of energy, that type of emotion, that type of toughness, that's what you preach to these guys all the time. Oh, it definitely moves forward with them.
Yeah, the offense, they'll be trying to erase that memory. Now Hundley. He's going to float this one deep right side. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And that's caught inside the 30. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we send you down to Orlando where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Redskins secondary has done a good job to slow down the passing game so far. The Packers really did a good job in that area last week, but yardage-wise, they're not making the same kind of impression in today's game. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. Offense out now following the INT. Jones is going to shift out to the right side, and he'd go in for the 30-yard touchdown. The Redskins land the first punch. Still on the field. Montgomery's found in the quick pass, and he caps off the 6-play drive with the score. We're tied back up at 7. Third down from the 45. The pass ends up being picked off. Bruton's reading the play and comes away with it, ending the drive. Offense out now following the interception. Middle of the field, the pass will be caught. And this goes 77 yards for the score. That puts them up by a touchdown. So that's a wrap for us. We'll head back now to FedEx Field for the start of the second half.
Okay, Larry, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. On the return, this is Rashad Ross now. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Cousins now on second down. He's got time in the pocket. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The 6-time Pro Bowler, Clay Matthews, in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. So a big sack on second down. Now let's see what the offense has in store for third.
Let's go. Blue Lightning.
Third and long for Cousins. Penalty marker is down here. And this is going to be incomplete.
Holding offense. That penalty is declined.
Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. He'll look to set up his blockers. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
They're going to look to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Jeff Janis, the one he was looking for. And that'll make it third down. And the offense looks to pick up the first here on third after that incompletion.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. So it'll be first down here after the run.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
He was looking for his tight end, Richard Rodgers, that time. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defender's going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's third down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete.
But no second guessing the call here. It was 3rd and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. And not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Redskins will take possession with a 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
All right, here we go. Blue 90. Hot. Blue 90.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
Too quick to the trigger that time. Neutral zone infraction, and that'll cost him 5 yards. Now it's 2nd and 7.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
Cousins now from the 50. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. Fresh set of downs here.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Jordan Reed, touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, his first touchdown on the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey,
and trying to get it to his tight end, Rodgers, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover two, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. Otherwise, you see what results? Interceptions.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
And he stopped immediately there. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Back-to-back runs that were stacked up. Offensively, now you've got to think to yourself, do we change blocking assignments? Do we change formations? Do we change looks in order to try and get the running game going?
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
That's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long. And you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. Sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Throwing, Hundley. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. Josh Norman with a pick. He can be such a tone setter for a defense.
His confidence has grown from his first snaps in the NFL. Found his place, found his way, and now everyone just wants to avoid throwing the football in his direction.
A look at Washington as they come field. And last time, the The turnover. Now they still have the lead, but I don't think coaches care. The turnovers will bother them no matter what the scoreboard says.
That's the relief that you still have the lead, but coaches look at what if and what it should be. Turning the ball over when they've got a chance to score more points and increase the lead, that's what's going to affect them.
And they're also thinking to future weeks, maybe when the game's closer, right?
No doubt about it. You want to clean up everything. Let's just be honest about it. They want everything to be perfect at all times. They don't want to give up anything that's going to hurt their team.
And he's brought down after a good game. It's a gain of 21 that time. And it'll be first down, Redskins.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run. Big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now Cousins hands to Jones. And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the fourth. Offense staying ahead of the chains here, 2nd and 3.
Watch out, watch out. Watch 88, watch 88. All right, here we go. Green.
Cousins with a give to Jones. Sheds a second man.
He's building up some momentum, isn't he?
And now Matthews couldn't really tell what happened there defensively, but he's still down. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And there's a flag on the field. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Holding offense.
Still 9 yards to go on 3rd down. On 3rd down, Cousins caught on the right side, Reed. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's brought in by Janis. And he's brought down. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they could do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Holding offense.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. One receiver left, two to the right. Now a play fake here on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. They come out here in the eye. Jackson now. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Third and 20, and no surprise, the defense in the dime. Throwing is Jackson. Caught by Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 19 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent game. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, of that marker. And he's going to be met at about the 43. He needed two. He only got one. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on down. And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag. And defensively, they were ready for that. A full-on blitz on fourth down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Call it a gain of 5, and that's going to make it fourth down. Here's Tressway now. He's been terrific so far.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on fourth, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Over the middle, Rodgers has it. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to bring up a third down. And now they're in the hurry-up. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get them the first. So the offense lining up 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. He's got time. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this one is incomplete.
Pass interference. Defense.
So pass interference, partner with all the rule changes. It is hard to be a defender in the pass game.
Brandon, is tough in college. It's a lot harder in the NFL. You can't touch him after 5 yards downfield. You can't touch him while the ball's not in the air. You can't touch him at all until the ball is at the receiver's hands. Very difficult to be a defender in today's NFL. I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner, and usually he's able to use his body and catch the football, but a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. Defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. 1 receiver left, 3 to the right. He'll drop to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
After all the preparation, all the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone, a big-time drop.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll look to throw, and it is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Redskins defense going to take over on the turnover on downs. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friends.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and give this offense.
And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. They come out here in the eye. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And there's a flag on the play. And he's brought down.
Holding offense.
After the penalty, it's Jones. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
So it's Redskin football. Give you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Let's go! Blue line! Blue line!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action.
All right, here we go. Green!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Here's Tressway now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night.
The defense won that play so fast that I think if the running back even had time to notice if anyone was there, it was just a blink of an eye, and there was a loss on the play.
It's taken to the 26. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Now the Packers get set to go. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And Josh Norman breaking up a pass intended for OBJ. We've seen that battle before.
And I think these two get so amped up for each other because they consider the other one of the best. They've got a lot to prove in this game. Makes for a heck of a heated rivalry. And on that one, Josh Norman won the battle. Well, they went for the big play there, but that drop could really hurt their momentum.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Chris Baker in there to get him again. The third time he sacked him here tonight. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. It's caught. Nelson. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Jackson now. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Redskins scoop it. The big fella. 20. 10. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. Fumble return for a TD by the Redskins. Last year, they recovered 16 of them, most in the NFL, on their way to that NFC East title.
The word that comes to mind immediately is opportunistic. This is a defense that knew how to make plays and capitalize on them.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And the lead is now 24. So a two-game losing skid here, Charles. Certainly not the end of the world, but really they need to stop it right here.
They've got to come together as a team. Can't just rely on the coaching staff to tell them to stop. As a team, get together, make up your minds you're going to do things a lot better going forward, and end this two-game losing streak.
So for Washington, it's a win they needed, if for nothing else than their sanity, as they move to 4-6. And now they'll get the short week as they get set to play at Dallas on Thanksgiving. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week as they head to Philly to face off with the Eagles. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Redskins as we say so long from FedEx Field.